Okay, so I'm going to come and do a video on some makeup finds that I found mainly at the drugstore. Some hits, a lot of misses, but I almost don't even mind the misses because the hit is just so A1. So I'm just going to quickly grab the products, tell you what I didn't like about it or what I did like about it, depending on whether it's a hit or a miss. And you could kind of decide for yourself if you want to purchase it and try it out or not. So the first thing is L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Multi-Use Concealer. I got it in the color Deep. No, what is it? Oh, it's Deep W910. And it has like a little sponge applicator and you just kind of click it up to get the color. This is one of the products that I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So it's a liquid, very liquidy. It does match me color wise. I think I may just have a preference on spot concealing with a stick concealer. But like I said, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So I would keep it, but I wouldn't reach for it as my everyday. So next is, what is this? Okay, so this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour breathable concealer, and the color 600 dark. It says lightweight medium coverage. This concealer, I hated it. It looks like the perfect color in the tube, but when I put it on, it's very ashy. Very, very ashy. Like it's not enough pigment. It's too light. It comes off kind of pinky looking, but it's too light and it's very ashy. I love the consistency of it, but it's just too light, too ashy. And this one is actually, the Rimmel is actually more pigmented than the L'Oreal. Now, one thing I can say, L'Oreal is meant to be like a, I don't even think they say what coverage they expect it to be, but it's more like it's L'Oreal True Match Concealer, so I feel like this is more meant to be lightweight, and maybe this was heavy duty, but color is a really good match on this one. Consistency I like, but trash, I would not keep this, and I would hold on to this, but it wouldn't be my go-to, like I said. Next is the L'Oreal True Match foundation in the color Deep Golden W10, which stands for warm. I did not hate it, but I didn't love it. So I liked it until I found a foundation that I liked even more, which I'm going to tell y'all about. Overall, it's super natural looking. It feels super lightweight. You don't really feel like you have anything on. You almost don't look like you have anything on. If you can find your perfect shade in this, it's worth it. But if you don't find your perfect shade, it will look off. And I don't think this is my perfect shade, so it looked kind of off. But it blended super easy, super lightweight. It is really, really, really runny, but it's meant to be really lightweight. So next one is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation for normal to oily skin in the color Deep Golden 368. Again, I liked how this one went on, but it's not my exact shade, so it looks really off, like really gray. One thing I learned after buying all these foundations is that a warmer undertone looks the best on my skin. Even though when I look in the mirror, I'm not like, depending on the day, I could be looking yellow, I could be looking red, neutral, but overall, like in pictures and when I went on like a little test video, the warmer undertones look better. The golden undertones look gray. So that tells me that I don't need to be buying the golden undertones. But like I said, so this is a good foundation. Probably, if you can find your perfect match. If you can't find your perfect match, it's probably going to look off. But I got Deep Golden 368 and it just looked real gray and it didn't do anything for me, like nothing at all. I hear a lot of people rave about it, but it did nothing for me. This one, like I said, not the right color, but it wasn't bad. Like, I think I'm gonna go back and put them in order of best to worst once I get through all of them. Maybelline Fit Me Blush in the color Wine. So I got in the color Wine. Overall, the color is just not right for me. It's too ashy. It's not enough pigment. It just comes off looking ashy. So it's more so the color, not the formula of the product. Next is Revlon Color Stay. This used to be my go-to back in the day, like perfect. I put it on and it looked, compared to like my favorite one, it actually looked kind of cast, like kind of gray. Like it just didn't do as much for my skin as the other foundation did, which I will tell you about later. But overall, it's just not what it used to be. I didn't love it. It just kind of gave me like a cast, and it just looked real ashy. It didn't pop or make my skin look luminous or anything. Next is Maybelline Lash Discovery. I got it because the brush was so tiny. I'm like, oh, they'll be perfect for my little lashes. Trash. Clumps up like crazy. This one is not Drugstore, but I did get it from TJ Maxx. It's a Clinique long-wearing formula mascara extension visible. Overall it clumps up and it doesn't extend or add volume, it just clumps up. Next is the really popular, kind of like a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex, the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. When I first tried it the first few times, I did like it, but lately it just clumps up like crazy, and yeah, I don't like it clumping up. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo Liquid Highlighter in the color Go With The Glow. It came off kind of ashy. Like, I didn't love it. Like, I prefer a deeper highlight, and I just didn't love it. And it was kind of not as easy to put on. I think I prefer powders. It looks pretty in the tube, but not as pigmented when you actually put it on. It's Milani translucent medium to deep powder, absorbs oils and mattifies. I got it because it says ultra fine translucent powder, non-chalky, advanced formula, smooths the look of imperfections. Overall, this color, it says for medium to deep. This color is way too light, way too ashy looking. It just looks just ashy on my skin, just really ashy. But I got it because it said it was like a silky finish, but it's just too ashy, and they need to come out with darker colors. This L'Oreal Infallible foundation stick, I actually ended up not even trying it because I was nervous about the sunscreen in there. I just recently tried the Lancome, pretty much a Lancome, like their new lightweight foundation, not even a foundation, kind of like a BB cream equivalent, or like a CC cream, really super lightweight. That one has SPF, and I got flashback like crazy when I went somewhere and took a picture, so didn't realize it until after I bought it and already opened it and swatched it. So I think I'm just kind of stuck with it because I got it from Walmart. So like I said, the sunscreen aspect is scaring me. It makes me not even want to try it because I'm scared of flashback. I didn't even try to see, but so I got it in chestnuts, but yeah, I don't even want to touch it because of the sunscreen. I tried the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, which I guess is like the Dream foundation, just in a satin finish. It says foundation and hydrating serum. I got it in the color Cocoa. This actually is really pretty. This is actually the runner-up to my favorite foundation that I've found. This has to be the runner-up, but the foundation that I found that I'm about to tell you about, nothing tops it. From what I have in front of me, nothing tops it. Let me say that. But this was a close runner-up. It looks really pretty. It goes on really pretty. It does not dry any type of soft matte. So if you have oily skin, which I do have combination oily skin, I should have been said that I have combination oily skin. It has a real natural look, but that natural look could turn like a grease look really quick. I just haven't worn it in Elements yet to know, but the finish is really pretty. If you could find your color in it, I would try this out. So these were the misses. Now we're gonna go into the hits. So this one, I think I like is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. Got it in the color Cocoa. This is the darkest color. It kind of reminds me of the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I mean, not Studio Fix Fluid, the MAC, what do you call it? The MAC powder that's kind of dome shaped. Mineral skin finish. That's what it is. This one kind of reminds me of. A part of me wishes they had darker colors, but then it's kind of like you put it on and it's so lightweight that you almost don't even see it. And it kind of, I guess it adds a smoothing effect. I almost don't even see it when I put it on. And it doesn't come off cakey. It doesn't come off too light or ashy. The only thing is, I don't know if it's even doing anything. Because I have oily skin. I kind of put a powder to set it so it doesn't transfer. But also to cut down on any shine. And this doesn't cut down on any shine. It almost has like a very natural finish. Like a natural sheen. So if you have oily skin and you're looking for something to mattify, this is not it. But it is pretty. So it's basically saying that it helps to prevent any type of flashback or cast on your face. So that's why I tried it. And like I said, it does add to like a pretty look if you already have a pretty foundation. But I don't know if it even does anything. But I'm going to keep using it to see. Same with the Maybelline Fit Me. I added it to some of the foundations I was trying. It's the Matte and Poreless. I got it in the color 360 Mocha. I got this powder from CVS, but then I went to Walmart, and Walmart had like 2 darker shades than the 360. So I may go back and compare them and see. But when I put this on, this is the darkest face powder I have. So I almost don't even want to go darker. Because for face powders, I don't want to go too light to where it looks ashy, but I don't want to go too dark to where it looks weird and messes up the foundation shade. But I didn't see a mess up as far as color, but I just don't know yet. Like, I tried it and it didn't take away from the foundation, but it didn't add anything either. So I'm like on the fence about it. I'm gonna keep trying it and see what I think. So these are kind of like on the fence maybes, but I would keep them. This is the Maybelline Fit Me blush, just in a deeper color than the previous one I showed. This was in the color Berry, so it's just a deeper shade, just in comparison. I don't know if you can see, it kind of got a glare, but Berry is just deeper, and this is so pretty on deep skin. Obviously you can see from my foundation shades and even my previous videos, I'm a deeper complexion, so this is super pretty, goes on really smooth. It does have a shimmer to it. Kind of glittery, but overall it's pretty. Like, it's not too much, borderline, but not too much. I do love this color. It's kind of washed out on camera, but it's not ashy at all. It's a really cute, deep berry color, I guess, without it being too old lady berry, but it's really pretty. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion Under Eye Corrector and Concealer. I don't even mess with the liquid part. I love the stick part of it. It's my perfect shade. I use it to spot conceal before I do my foundation so that I'm not like packing on a whole bunch of foundation. Any like hyperpigmentation, darker areas on my face, I do this first and then do the foundation. Every foundation I've tried, it lays beautifully under it. I don't have no caking. It's so lightweight, so pretty, my perfect shade. Like I said, I don't care for the liquid, but I'll buy it every time just for the stick. It's really nice. So this is the top foundation that I found. It's a CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I got it in the color Cappuccino. It says Comfort Matte Finish Oil-Free Formula. It has a pump. This is so pretty. Not only is this my perfect shade, the finish is beautiful. It's a very soft matte finish. I don't know if it says that on here. They call it Comfort Matte. It's a very soft matte. It's not like a drying, super dead matte finish. It's a very soft matte finish. It's very pretty. I have oily skin, so it almost looks like a natural finish, but it's very pretty, perfect color. It's like almost looks luminous. Like, it looks like my skin, but better, but covered up my imperfections all into one. Super, 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 super pretty. So glad I found it. So glad I tried it. Like, this is number one. And then these are a couple mascaras that I found. This one I really, really like. It was the last one, so that kind of told me something. It's by Maybelline's the Define a Lash. So I have really short lashes, I think. So I wanted something that would lengthen but not clump it. Volume I was willing to put to the back seat to get length. This claims to lengthen and define without clumping, and it does just that. It'll define the lashes to where when I put this on, I see every little single lash. Every little lash hair is defined. It lengthens it. It does for sure. It does not clump at all. It does not clump. I put on like 3 coats of this and it did not clump. However, it is not super bold looking and it's not super black. Like I put this on and the lengthening is there, the definition is there, the no clumping is there, but it's not like a really bold black eyelash. It's not. It just looks almost like my natural eyelashes if my eyelashes were longer and more defined. I almost could like get away with someone thinking it's my natural lash if I use these. I also tried the Maybelline Lash Stiletto, which said the biggest thing was to lengthen. It didn't say anything about clumping or defining. So I find that my lashes aren't as defined because they clump. They kind of stick together. I'm not going to say clump, but they stick together. So my lashes aren't super defined. They kind of stick together to where there's like a bunch of lashes stick together, space, bunch of lashes stick together, space. Kind of like, I don't even know how to show you, but so it does lengthen it. It lengthens it pretty much about as much as this lengthens it. The only thing is this lash stiletto, it makes the lashes look bolder. Like they're like really black. They stand out. Really thick looking, really full looking, but they stick together. Clumping slightly, but they mainly just stick together. So I actually really, really, really love this one because like I said, I'm able to get away with it looking like my natural lash, but better. And this I would keep as a backup just because it lengthens it and it has to look bold and black and in your face. And even though they stick together, I still want to keep it because, like I said, my biggest thing is lengthening, but this would be top. So I just really quick want to put that's all I have. I just really quick want to put the foundations in order just in case you're looking for a couple to try what worked for me. Like I said, I have combination oily skin. My T-zone is really oily. As you can see, cappuccino, cocoa, most of these colors. I've learned that warm undertones will work better on my skin, and I don't necessarily go for super matte foundations because I'm willing to use a mattifying primer. I'm willing to set it with a powder and use a mattifying setting spray. Oh, one more thing before I tell you which foundations I like in order. Ooh, sorry. I tried this Get Ready Makeup Priming Spray from this brand. Never heard of it. It claims to reduce shine, hydrate, refresh, and protect the skin for flawless, long-lasting makeup application, and basically apply it before you do your makeup, let it dry, then apply your makeup. I use this for every single foundation when testing all these foundations out. I don't know if this truly did anything, but it didn't hurt it. I can tell you that much. And I kind of liked applying it. It didn't, I don't know if it truly did anything, but it didn't hurt anything either. I also tried the primer water. That's what just fell, so I'm not going to pick it up. But the Smashback primer water, I tried that, and I don't know if that did anything either, but I wouldn't keep using that, but I would keep using this. So I don't know if it's in my head, but like I said, I don't know if either of the two really did anything, but I'm more leaning towards using this one than the primer water, because for some reason, like, my skin, even though I'm having some breakouts, it just looks real luminous, real like moisturized, real everything when I use this. When I use the Smashbox primer water, it just was real, like, it didn't do anything, you know what I'm saying? It just looked dull. But anyway, so let me put the foundations in order. So I am going to keep using this. I want to put the foundations in order from bottom to top, I guess. So bottom would be this one. I did not love it. Even color aside, I just don't feel like it did anything for me. Like, I just really looked ashy and casty, and nothing about my skin looks good. The next one, oh, I take that back. This, technically, I did not wear, but it has SPF, and I'm like terrified of flashback after seeing those pictures with the Lancome product that has SPF. So it's at the bottom just because of the SPF factor that I missed, because I always wanted to try a stick foundation, but I just can't do the SPF. So just so you know, this would be bottom, and then this would be out of the ones I did try, this would be at the bottom. This would be the next one. So the Revlon Color Stay would be a step up from that. So I'm going in ascending order, like going from the lowest and going up. So Revlon Color Stay, I noticed it was just too pinky. Like, it was too, I don't even say red, it kind of looked pinky. I guess too red. It just was too red, and the finish wasn't anything like amazing on my skin. The next one I would do would be the True Match. This is not my perfect color. It's like a little too golden and a little too dark, but it's like a really nice lightweight foundation. Blends in really well. The finish is pretty, but I found something better. Next option is the, it's rolling away from me. The next option is the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. Like I said, combination oily, but I just would prime with mattifying, set it with a mattifying primer and mattifying setting spray, and maybe blot throughout, because I almost don't even really go for the super matte foundations anymore because they dry me out. Even though I'm oily, they just make me look real cakey. But anyway, so I'm sorry, it keeps rolling. So this would be the right under the top option. Really, like, color match is not as close as my top option, but pretty damn close. Finish is really pretty, goes on really pretty, goes on really smooth, really easy to put on, nice consistency, makes my skin just look like butter, like really good. And the top option is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation, the color Cappuccino. It just does everything. My skin almost looks luminous. It's super pretty. It smooths everything. It evens everything. Perfect. This is my perfect color. It just makes my skin pop. And for all these foundations, I did my face half and half. And every time I put this half on my face, it was like, oh my god, what side is that? Because that side is just beautiful. So it's just a beautiful finish. It's my perfect color. It just sits on the skin really pretty. It dries really pretty. It's like, it makes my skin look like my photos are retouched, and I have a basic Android. No shades Android, I love Android, but my phone is so basic, and this makes me look like I was retouched in those photos. So I would recommend this one hands down, as long as you could get your perfect color, because no matter what foundation, it could be the best foundation in the world, if you can't find your perfect shade, it always may look kind of off. But this is beautiful. I recommend anybody to try it. But the top products I would recommend would be this foundation for sure, this blush in a shade that will work for your skin tone, but just keep in mind that these Maybelline Fit Me blushes have a shimmer element to it, so you will kind of see some glitter on your face. If you don't mind that, it's not a big deal, but close up you'll see. If you don't mind that, it's like it goes on really smooth. And if you can find a nice shade that will be pigmented on your skin, go for it. This concealer, I love it. It's lightweight. I don't need anything super full coverage, but it's lightweight. It covers what I need to cover. I would say it's like a medium coverage. It blends out super easily, doesn't cake, blends well with almost any foundation. Only a couple dollars. Like, love it. I've tried so many, but this is A1. And this, if you have issue with having short lashes and you need something that's going to define them and make them appear longer without clumping, and almost looks like your lashes but better, like you almost can't tell you have mascara on, get this ASAP. And these are like my top recommendations. mainly this three. The blush is more so I like it because I don't have a pretty blush this color that doesn't make me ashy. But these are my top recommendations. And then these will be my maybes. The powders are maybe until I figure out if I love it or not. This is a maybe. Like, this is I like it but don't love it. The powders I'm still figuring out. And this is like, I think I may love it, but I gotta make sure that it's this. But it looked pretty with all the ones I tried out. But anyway, I know this video ended up being kind of long. I had a lot of products to go over. If you want me to focus on any one product or do a full review on any one product or have any questions, just please let me know.